incorporates coruscating Clarice Mania from the Prodigal Players Theatre with none other than that vertiginous, vital spark, Miss Jan Hunt!
Hold on, you tattered little girlie, you do what I want you to. Far from the basic hurly-burly, I've got lots to say to you. My head's completely twirling-whirling, my girl, I want you to be. Oh, hold on, you tatter, you pretty little tatter, and come out and tatter. Please come out and tatter. Yes, come out and tatter with me.
I was a good little girl till I met you. You set my head in a whirl, my poor heart too. Oh, how you told me the tale, you always do. I was a good little girl till I met you. Joshua,
Why don't you call and see?
Mama,
She'll be pleased to know you are my best boy.
Joshua, nicer than
Lemon squash you are. Yes, my gosh, you
I wonder why I always sigh the way I do. And now it seems that all my dreams are all of you. You used to be so nice to me in days gone by, but all that now has changed somehow. I wonder why. You called me baby doll a year ago. You told me I was very nice to know. I soon learned what love was. I thought I knew, but all I've learned has only taught me how to love you. You made me think you loved me in return. Don't tell me you were fooling after all. For if you go away, you'll be sorry someday. You left behind a broken doll. You told me, baby doll, a year ago. You told me I was very nice to know. I soon learned what love was. I thought I knew, but all I've learned has only taught me how to love you. You made me think you loved me in return. Don't tell me you were fooling after all. For if
Mr. Bernard Herrmann and his frenetic affiliates for the fabulous filigree of Fouetté, the ecstasy of Entrechaque, from prima ballerina assolutissima, Chantal with Dumont! ineluctable deliquescences of Franz Lehar made luminous by the ineffable effulgence of Miss Lyn Kennington!
Whenever clouds are
densities precipitate a hair-raising heterogeneity. That, madam, is a mixed bag. If you'll pardon the expression. Of propulsive, revolutionary projectiles. Juggling. Ladies and gentlemen, Panto!
danger. No, it's not finished.
Right. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, any giddy kids, dogs, kids, cats and lodgers, I'd like to say how tickled I am, Mrs. How full of plumptiousness, love. How absolutely discomnockerated. Standing here tonight, I feel absolutely ghoulified. It's the same as being contrapuntal. How full of lung punkiness, ladies and gentlemen, standing here tonight in this magnificent shed. Standing here tonight on Ticklemas Eve here in me hurry-furry coat. Thank you, Gaffer. Hurry-furry. Genuine moggy skin, this. It is. Moggy skin. Pussycats. It took 28 moggies to make this. All Toms. By Jove, it's full of life, this coat. I've got a pair of underpants made of the same stuff. Moggy skin, long johns. When I walk down our street, people say, ah, hairy coms. Hairy coms. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's what we call in show business a shaft of wit. Now, a lot of people often wonder where all these short shafts of wit are coming from. Well, it's a firm here in Yorkshire, in Cleckuddersdwyck, called Jorks Limited, and we send the postal order off on a Monday, and they send us the jorks through by the weekend. I wonder where my butler's got, my valet. Knockers! No, not you, Missy. Knockers! This is my butler, Knockers, lady. How are you, Knockers? All right. Ah, Joe, you're looking well. You've been breathing again, haven't you? Knockers, I want you to take him for a run around the block, will you? He hasn't been today. There, Knockers. And don't forget the ball and bat. There you are. Good. Thank you very much, Knockers. You're a good lad. I'd like to say, once again, ladies and gentlemen, how tickled I am. True. Do you see that, love? They can't touch you, you know. They can't. Not if you've been sponsored. Rubbish, get up. Short of me, there we are. Now then, this is the... Right. Oh, Ken Dodd, what a whopper. Now then, who fancies a tickle on the first two rounds? Geronimo! Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how absolutely underwhelmed I feel being here this evening. All these hairy... there's a fine walrus handlebar moustache. How long did it take you to grow that, missus? Young lady leaning in the low-cut dress, leaning out of the box up there. Very nice, love. Can you see everything? We can. To be here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, here at the City of Rye, this beautiful Edwardian Nissen hut, one of the 7 wonders of Brigate, this lovely theatre, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, there's a story attached to this theatre, you know. It's on the wall in the gents. The style of architecture here is early perpendicular, and the decorations are Baroque or Baroque. It's all Baroque. The windows are broke, the doors are broke. The manager, he's not too flush either. This beautiful, the ceiling here, the ceiling is an exact replica of the Sistine Chapel done in whitewash. And notice how the floor is so cunningly made so it just reaches your feet. This is a feature, missus. On your way in, you probably noticed the filigree foyer and the half-timbered gents. And all the feature of this magnificent building, ladies and gentlemen. And as I say, it is really wonderful. Tonight is anniversary night. It's exactly 25 years ago to the very night since the circle collapsed. And, yes. Laugh. 25 years ago, love, there were people sitting up there, just like you are now. Rows and rows of Toby jugs. Oh. Here, Mother, have you got any more of that nut brittle? All of a sudden, there was this horrible creaking noise. There it goes again. Kavoom! The whole lot fell down, collapsed. There was a little old lady sitting in the middle, underneath. Just where you are, dear. There was a dear little old lady sitting in that seat in the centre there, underneath, with her lolly eyes sticking up in the air. This man, this fella, upstairs. In a kilt. She says, by Jove, you get a big un for £6. And they laugh at us down south, you know. They say we wear flat hats. Of course we wear flat hats. You know why? Because we wear flat heads. Those fellas, the men down south, shall I tell you, the men down south, they wear their socks in bed. That's not fair to any woman. She wears clogs like we do. Now, my granddad, there was a fella. My granddad, all his life, he worked like a horse. People used to follow him with a shovel. Well, my little Uncle Willie, he works on the docks in Liverpool, and he's what they call a diesel fitter. He goes around the dock shed looking in all the cases, saying, now, diesel fitter, diesel fitter. My granddad, he was in this business. My granddad was on the stage. My granddad was one of the old-time greats. My granny used to have to blacklead him. She's very, very jealous of him. When he goes out for a shovel of coal, she has him followed. Got a padlock on his braces. She frightened the life out of him the other night. My granny, she told my granddad she was saving up for a new perm. He thought she said a new pram. Because he hasn't been well, my granddad. No. All through the winter, my granddad stood with his back to the fire. We had to have him swept. And now, if you please, the latest news now is that ladies actually want the vote. You can't do that. We can't let them have that, can we, lads? No! Because we're British, aren't we, lads? Yes! And we'll all put our backs out for Britain, won't we, lads? Yes! Well, you will. I'm going to have a lie down. No, you must admit, ladies, British men. British men are the world's greatest, aren't we, girls? Yes! You wouldn't fancy one of those continental Romeos, would you, ladies? Yes! What? One of these frisky Frenchmen? Yes! You wouldn't, missus, because all they think about is... You wouldn't fancy one of those. You wouldn't fancy one of those handsome Italians with the black wavy hair, would you, girls? Yeah. You wouldn't. They creep up behind you when you're doing the sprouts. Wait. So we want to do something really dramatic, Mr. Sachs, and I think it's time has come for us to have a bad salad. A sad ballad. Yes. Yes, could we have something Mr. Herrmann, have you something like, don't go down in the mine, Dad, there's plenty of slack in your trousers. Well, I'm gonna... Something. What's something that really... We want to sing something that will really please the ladies and gentlemen, like a romantic song like It's Only the Hairs on a Goose Dog, but somebody becoming a grape. What, fellow looking at me through binoculars here, I must think I'm a racehorse. What? For this romantic High Stedford, what sort of music do you recommend, sir? Musical comedy. Musical comedy. Beautifully judged. Beautifully judged. I had 3 ambitions in my life. My first was to sing under your baton. Wave it. That's it. That's his baton. If they play a wrong note, he bats them on the head with it. And my second ambition was to do a duet with a beautiful girl in A-flat. And my third ambition... musical comedy. Beautifully. Any particular musical comedy? The Maid of the Mountains. The Maid of the... Oh, come tell me, pretty maiden, are there any more at home like you? There are a few. The prince, one night, shoots in for a quick sherbet, and there she is, this vision of loveliness, standing on the bar counter on one leg, selling crisps and drying out the pint glasses with the end of her pigtail. It's love at first fright. Like all sweethearts in love, their eyes meet, and suddenly he feels something stir in his breast, and he realizes his ferret's got loose. So, yes. What a beautiful girl, but so thin, thin. One day she swallows a pickled onion, and 4 lads leave the village. And, yes, now her mother's just the opposite. Her mother's a big, plump, jolly lady. She used to go away to sea. She used to be a decoy for a whaling fleet. The prince is determined to serenade his gypsy sweetheart, because she looks very gypsyish. She has pierced ears. She'd walked in front of a dartboard one day. It wasn't looking like good. He'd met her in the street one day. She was selling things door to door in Harrogate, and no chance. So he says to her, he said, what have you got under your arm? She said, lavender. He said, oh, how unusual. Well, he goes down her street at midnight singing his head off, and people fling open their bedroom windows and throw things down to him. So he goes home and gets changed, and comes back singing the Student Prince's Legal Aid. Serenade. Overhead, the moon is beaming. Overhead, the moon. Could I have the note, please, sir? Oh, well. What did you do to him then? Mr. Drummer, could I have the note, please? Overhead, the moon is beaming, white as blossoms on the bough. Nothing is heard but the sound of the bird. Here is a message for the treasurer of the Works Christmas Club. One fine day we'll find you. That's it. Something sort of romantic, eh? Romantic. Spanish eyes. Spanish eyes. Spanish eyes. Who the hell are you pushing? Oh, Spanish eyes. Loveliest eyes in all of Mexico. No, that's no good. No. Something more traditional. Have you The Lost of the Delicate Hair by Dandruff? Young Molly, who lived at the foot of the hill, whose fame every virgin with envy doth fill, of beauty is blessed with so ample a share. Men call her the lass with a delicate hair, with the fur. Men call her the lass with the fur. That's it, there. As I walked home on a summer's night, when stars in heaven were shining bright, far away from the footlights' glare, into the sweet and scented air, strange, of the quaint old Cornish town. Borne from afar on the gentle breeze, soft as the murmur of summer seas, distant tones of an old world's dance, played by the gasworks band, perchance, on the corner came full the old in town. I thought I could hear the spurious tone of the cornet, clarinet, and big trombone, fiddle, cello, big bass, fife, far away as in a trance, I heard the sound of the floral dance. Tiddlywinks, old man, suck a lemon if you can. If you can't suck a lemon, suck an old tin can. My ding-a-ling, my ding... Oh. Cease? You mean tacit? Follow the stick. I felt so lonely standing there, and I could only stand and stir, sorry, sir, for I had no friend with me. Lonely I would have to be in that quaint old Cornish town. When suddenly hurrying down the lane, a figure I knew I saw quite plain. 'Twas Fanny from the fish shop. With outstretched arms I rushed along and carried her into that merry throng. Up and over, Fanny, show 'em what you're made of, hurry! And I fiddled, went dancing along. Danced to the band, spurious tone, the cornet, clarinet, and big trombone, fiddle, cello, fife, the sword, furry hum, each one making the most of his chance, all together in the full dance. Dancing here, dancing there, jigging, jogging everywhere, up and down, around the town. Hurrah for the Cornish flutter!
About time, ladies and gentlemen, to ask Mr. Dodd to lead the company and yourselves in the last chorus for tonight down at the Old Bull and Bush. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dodd, the entire company, Mr. Bernard Herrmann, and the entire orchestra! And this time, chiefly, your